Hello and welcome to another Flock hosting update for the month of November. It's been a couple busy months. As you know, we didn't have an update in October and not much has been said. So the quick and short version is new place. Moved, new office, getting everything all set up. Basically a lot of the month of October kind of went to doing that. November kind of wrap that up. It was the process of getting everything filled out paperwork wise, getting monies, getting things put together, getting some basics, and then slowly moving in and getting things set up. Everything is so far going so far so good, and had to get a fridge, which was not expected because the little fridge I had I hoped would last for a while longer, but it died. But I've moved on. I'm really working hard to take and deal with that, but it has been busy, and so thank you guys for your patience over the last couple months. Really been doing my best to keep up with tickets, keep up with everything going on, keep up with projects, etc., because without these types of things then it's really hard to make rent. So we are doing good, but without rambling on for hours upon hours as I tend to do, let's get right to it. It has been busy with varied projects for customers and everything else, but in the meantime, I've also been working on a lot of behind-the-scenes things going on with Flock hosting servers. First and foremost on the list is Weebly. Weebly just quite simply never took off. I know that there is sites out there that offer Weebly, and they seem to do good. One of the companies I do work for as a server administrator, they just had me install Weebly, as I have started to remove it. It's just not a high pickup from you guys. The pricing, the information of it, it just never really rolled out. Some of the beta testers who really tried it out and said, hey, we want to give this a shot, they came back and said to me, you know, we signed up for the trial, we did it on this, they didn't even worry about going through Flock hosting. They did it through Weebly directly just to try it out so they can see if it was worth my effort. And a lot of the response back was cumbersome. It was, one person put it as bulky, one person said it was slow, a lot of stuff like that, and that's not something that would be a quick pickup that would make back the money, because I was having to pay X amount of dollars a month every month, no matter what, if somebody was using it or not. So it was a leap of faith to say, hey, let's give this a try, let's see if we can do something, let's see if we can produce a tool that makes it easier for businesses, personal churches, etc., versus going through very complexities of installing your own software, etc. It just became a service. But it just didn't pick up, and so as of last month, I actually dissolved the partnership with Weebly. If you guys, for any reason, are still actively thought you were using it, or had made a site and uploaded it and then canceled it, let me know if you're still needing that site, and if anything's broken, we'll see what we can do to get you patched up. But in the meantime, there is a beta test going on from the same guys who do Softoculix, which does all the auto installs for cPanel that we have, called SiteMush. It is available. It should be available in every single copy of cPanel that you guys have. So if you guys like to give that a try, it is open to everybody. Again, it's a beta test. If after the beta we like it and we want to look at the pricing, we will definitely do that. It looks pretty snazzy from what I've tried, what I've played with. It's not been a huge priority, but it's there should you want to give it a shot. Again, your mileage may vary. Please do not try to use it in replacement for your own site. Try it out just as a subdirectory or a subdomain. Just give it a shot and see what you think. Next on the list is mail delivery. It has been greatly improved, and that has been a blessing for me, because it's not week after week of, hey Chuck, this is blocked, this is blocked, this is blocked. One customer even recently sent me a note that it's simply him and his wife using email, and they were having nothing but problems, even on our own private server, which they're the only ones who send mail from it, and they were getting blocked. And they recently just moved back over to the server they started off on, and no reports back of anything going wrong so far. So if you are still having problems and you're on one of the dedicated mail servers, you can touch me. I am working on ways to try to integrate mail channels into things to make it work for everybody. But if it does not ever can find a way to make it work with the private mail servers, you will always have the option, as most of you guys have gotten private mail servers as a keep you running type of thing. I will easily help you move back should you have the desire to. Jonah is unaffected, but Jonah is about to get switched to mail channels itself, because it's been using a different system, which is great, but requires a lot of manual setup on my part, which it takes a lot of time. Literally, it takes about 2.5 hours to fully set up, migrate, etc. And I'm a busy guy as of late. So if you have problems with mail delivery still on any platform, doesn't matter if it's cPanel and you're hearing me say, well, everything's great. If you are having problems, if you are having an issue, please get in touch with me so that we can make sure we take a real look at what's going on and make sure that all of the adjustments and things that need to go into place are there. Next on my list of items is cPanel 6.0.60. It's 1160 is the released number, but they've been really pushing to go for the final number, which is 0.60. It adds a lot of cool functionality on the back end. Some of it you guys are just simply not going to see. They've really worked hard on visual aspects as well to really clean up the user interface. So you may notice it looks a little crisper, or if you are on a smaller device, it may scale better. It's really kind of a nice usability thing, but there has been a great number of details behind the scenes, including some reduces in system resources. It really runs a lot smoother right now. I've been doing some server monitoring, and I've just been watching CPU loads comparison, and it's been substantially less. So you should note a little bit more pep in the step of getting cPanel going. So there's that. There is a DNS upgrade, which I am really looking forward to. It will offer a tremendous improvement in speed. But the problem is I want to do a lot more testing on it before I pull the trigger and possibly potentially just black hole everyone's DNS should there be a problem in the conversion process. So I've got a server that I use for all the development testing of these builds before they come out, so I can kind of have an idea of what to expect and changes and how I do configurations and everything else. And so there's a lot that I can do to check it in. So it's in the works, but I will link the release notes to cPanel's actual website, giving you guys some ideas of what it does. Auto SSL is a feature that kind of works similarly to the Let's Encrypt platform that we have. The only catch is that it kind of competes in it, and so I'm still working out the complexities before I turn Auto SSL on. So if you look at the release notes and you see that, just be aware it is still in testing. It is still something I am working out the kinks on. I had in my notes that if I'd gotten to this earlier this week, which I did record, but then it didn't work out. There was cuts, there was bad, there was good. I started laughing at one point because I think I was too tired. The bottom line is, tonight at some point I'm hoping to do a cPanel billing system upgrade. There's a version 7.0 of WHMCS, which has offered a lot more stability and everything else. So probably as I work into the wee hours of the morning, I will probably do my best to take and get that packaged up, backed up, safe, secure, and then attempt to do the upgrade as well to see if this time we can get it smooth, as it does offer a lot of enhancements, a lot of adjustments, a lot of good things. Migrations, I've got some in the works, mainly because I'm trying to get us away from a lot of end-of-life products. As with all servers, software gets to a point where it's easier to reinstall a fresh copy versus trying to do the 27 upgrade path to get to where you need to go. cPanel works off of multiple versions of the operating system, and as they're moving forward with a lot more, they're slowly but surely phasing out the lower versions. And while we don't run a super old version, I do want to take and really work my way up to have things like cPanel 7, or not cPanel 7, PHP 7, and get things like that to where we really can take and make some desperate improvements upon speed. The only hang-up I have on these server migrations is Church and Grace, two of the older servers, actively use an older copy of MySQL. And what that means, how it works, is passwords have changed in how they get stored in the database as a username and password to store data. And the problem is they're using an ancient old version which was left in place because some customers had great need for it. They had older scripts, they had things that would break if we changed it, so there was no easy way to take and do that migration, so we've kept it the same. These migrations, I would like to try to get one church server, one regular server, and get them moved over. It's the setup I've got is all gone now to all SSDs. It's going to be a lot faster drive access, faster memory, newer processors. I know we've done a tremendous amount of server moves as of late, but I'm doing my best to try to make sure that the support I get from the teams on the ground in the data centers is second to none. The current setup right now, where we're waiting in the excess sometimes of 72 hours for even a simple fix, is unacceptable in my book. I want you guys to have the fastest, the best, the easiest. That way, as I don't always have hands in data centers around the U.S., we've got stuff in Chicago, we've got stuff in, where else? We got Seattle, Texas, you name it. We've got a couple of servers here and there, and it's been a blessing to have them spread out. But at the same time, if it takes 72 hours to have a simple database tweak done on their reverse DNS databases. It's way too much, and we need that availability, that flexibility from a team that's going to work well. I'm working with a couple teams right now that have been tremendous in their support, and it's been great to work with them in some of the bigger projects I've been working on, and they're working with me to build out a more robust solution moving into this next year. So we'll probably have one more migration after this, but even that will be so much simpler down to the line if I can actually, in their data centers, back up the server, move it, flip an IP address, and then everything's working. So if you are not actively using Flock Hosting DNS for some particular reason, get in touch with me, because I would love to get you switched over, because it offers a lot more freedom for ensuring that you are moved properly, quickly. And if there's anything that changes, say at the last minute I have to cut an IP address to another subnet, I can get that IP address information, I can plug it into the database, and you guys won't have to do any work whatsoever. There will be more on this as we go into December. December, like I said, I would like to try to get, I think my current plan is Lillian Fellowship. Get them moved over, get them prepped, get them ready, and do it smooth, quick, and easy. And then following in January, we'll do Grace and Church once we've resolved the MySQL database modifications that need to be made. There'll be a maintenance day for that. I will be on hand to help. I will give you guys detailed instructions too if you want to do it on your own time, but we will get that squared away. We will get that going. But the only other thing I've got is, as I kind of said in the blog post, if you guys took a minute to read that, is there is a big update coming to flockhosting.com, some new pricing. A long time ago I mentioned the idea of not having a 5 and not having a 10, and it would be a 750 kind of down the middle, and it would be a business personal hybrid. It would be one package to rule them all. That is still part of the plan. That is still part of what I hope to do. But the other half of it is WordPress hosting, which is one thing that I've kind of slacked on, but at the same time been slowly working on as I have time, and it's really evolved into some amazing stuff. I have software in place which allows for quick and easy provisioning. You can do multiple apps, you can do multiple things, and it's not really just geared towards WordPress, it's more towards application-based hosting. So in this case, the primary focus for starters is WordPress, and it's amazingly geared. I've done scores on it from the Google Webmaster Tools, as well as things like Pingdom and others who have site tests for speed, and it's gone from no changes huge made from being a C to a B. So we've gone up one grade without even having to lift a finger. Now I've taken that and said, okay, we'll take that B, how hard would it be to take and move it to an A? And it took about all of 5 minutes in a number of plugins, which are all free and readily available, as well as there's some commercial plugins which I can graciously donate to you guys, as I pay a hefty fee for unlimited sites, so I can help you develop and build out the caching, the image manipulation to make sure it's compressed and running smoothly. So we've got some great things coming with that. So again, we will have a $7.50 price point, $7 somewhere in there. And it's one of the things I'm kind of working out is that. Now WordPress hosting, the blog hosting, I will be looking at making a small and a large. I'm not going to do a medium, just because if you're at a medium spot, you're probably going to need to be at a large in a minute, because if you've grown that much in your blog, the small should be able to take you up to the large, and the large from there on out. And then with that, I can always build a custom package. So there's a lot of things going on. Flock hosting design is another thing I'm going to talk to you guys about probably this next month, just working out some of the particulars. We're working on getting some of the assets in place to where I can build out real simple, easy website designs, as well as working with other designers that have Flock hosting who utilize Flock hosting. There's also going to be just a simple referral. If you don't like my look and feel, trust me, no offense taken. This is going to be more for the cookie cutter. I adjust a template. If you're looking for real designers who do some amazing work, I haven't done that much HTML in a long time. I can really do a really good job at tweaking a theme and making it look good, which I've done for a number of sites, businesses, etc. And I'm going to be a low budget versus big budget. But if you have a big budget, I'm going to have referral links as well to some of the designers. So if you're a designer, shoot me an email if you're looking for more work. I will gladly take and get some information from you, some basic pricing that you will be kind of help Flock hosting customers. So work out some things with you that kind of scratch my back, I scratch yours, and as well as work out maybe a deal or two for how we can integrate Flock hosting packages into your pricing and help you have a little profit, help me have a little profit, and everybody wins. So it is the 15-minute mark almost, so I'm going to wrap this up. This has been a busy month, another busy month to come. The only other thing I think I have that I didn't have written down was VPS pricing. If you are looking for a VPS server, that is about to be cut in half. If you're a current VPS customer, VPS paying customer, I should note, there will be some options for transition if you are so interested. If you're happy with what you got, no worries. If you are looking for something a little bit more robust or a little bit more price friendly to the pocket, there will be some coming things where you can save some money. So we hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a great October. Hope you guys are going to have a great December. Stay tuned. We do have new t-shirts coming. We have some options with that, which I think are going to be amazing, working with a company that should make that fun. Also, iPhone cases, some of the Samsung phone cases, I think it was, a poster, maybe two. So some of this thing will be some swag I'm going to give away to you guys. There will be some giveaways towards the end of the year, as well as leading into a fresh year of Flock hosting. Some fun things are on the way. Hope you guys have a tremendous weekend. Hope you guys have a great new week as we get leading into December. If you have any questions about anything that's been on the blog, please do not hesitate to send a comment, use the community page, or just shoot me an email. Hope you guys have a good one. Talk to you soon.